Hello student, welcome to standard 10th history. We are studying chapter 7th, sports and history part 7. In the previous lecture we have studied globalization of sport. In that several matches, several TV channels are telecasting the matches. Then there are all over the world different fans of the sports. After that we have studied games, game material and toys. Then we have seen several toys which were found in the excavation. Then we have also seen the wooden toys which are made in Maharashtra are called Thaki. Then in the Western world, the toys which are considered as Barbie dolls. Then we have also seen toys and history. So then we have seen that the traditional game, no, I'm sorry, the tradition of history is kept alive with the Diwali festival. That forts are being made, and on that fort several images of Shivaji Maharaj, Maulas, then people, then different animals are placed, and in this way the memory, the traditions are kept alive of Maharashtra. Now my dear student, we are going to study sports, literature and movie on sport. So let us continue. Publishing of books and encyclopedias of sport is a newly developing enterprise. So publishing books on sports, several books are written, the autobiography, biography, then magazines, then periodicals. Yeah, so in this way several books are written on that. The history of Mallakhambh has been recently published. There is an encyclopedia on the subject of exercise. Some years ago, there was a sport magazine named Shatkar. Shatkar means the the score of 6 in cricket. So those who used to hit 6 used to become very famous, and with that name only the magazine was started. There is ample literature available in English on sports. So several sports and quite a lot of literature is available. Some television channels are exclusively devoted to sports. So you all know that Starport is the famous sports channel, and there are other sports channels also. Recently, some movies on sports and biographies of players have been released in various languages. So biographies and movies are also released. For example, the film Mary Kom and Dangal. In the film Mary Kom is the first Indian female boxer to participate in the Olympic and to win a bronze medal. At the same time, Dangal is based on the life story of Geeta and Babita, that is Phogat sisters, who were the first Indian female wrestlers to win gold medals at various international competitions. So their life has been depicted through the films. Then there are other films also, such as Lagan, such as MS Dhoni, and others too. Okay. The process of making a movie requires deep study of the particular period of the movie's story. So story has to be written. Then the language of that particular period. For example, if you see the Dangal language, the language is of Haryana language, or the languages of that particular period, the colloquial languages used, not exactly Hindi. Okay, then the dressing style, social life has to be depicted along with the biography. All such things has been depicted through the films of that particular period. Students of history are well trained to do research of this kind. Knowledge of history of sport is also essential for writing articles in various publications like encyclopedia, newspaper, sports magazine. So if you can write articles for encyclopedia, newspaper, then you have to have that thorough knowledge of that particular subject. Then only you can write it nicely. So let us move on to the next topic, that is sports and professional opportunities. So in the fields of professional, what are the professional opportunities available? Although sports and history appears to be distant as subject, there is a close tie between them. History and sports. Student of history can find many opportunities in the field of sports journalism. So first opportunity we are told, that is journalism. One need to resort to history in order to write articles. So we should know the history of sports. Then the review about sports event like Olympics or Asian Games or national and international matches. So if we have to write thoroughly, then we have to have good knowledge over it. So this is the first opportunity, that is sport journalism. We move on to next opportunity, expert commentators. So second opportunity as expert commentator. The expert commentators are in demand during the sport matches. An expert commentator needs to have good knowledge of history, statistics, previous records, eminent players, historical anecdotes, etc. Now, historical anecdote means a short account of a particular incident or event in the life of that sport, of that particular player. So that is considered as anecdote. So all such records, this person has to be really well versed with. He should know the previous knowledge of history, statistics, what are the previous record, and when, who is going to break the record and all. So then eminent players, who are the eminent players worldwide. Then I told you about historical anecdote. So that is the incidents, short incidents which we cannot forget and which is quite interesting. So though these incidents are depicted, knowledge of history is useful for this purpose. Matches of various sports like cricket, football, kabaddi, chess, etc. are shown live on television on various channels. Nowadays pro kabaddi, then 2020 matches and different matches goes on. The role of professionals who track and keep the record of these telecasts from various channels has become very important now. This is the third opportunity, the professionals who keep the record of telecast and then who track and keep the records, like who is doing which score and all. So this is quite important. So this professional opportunity is also available for the student who likes to go and make career in the fields of sport. The sports channels continue telecasting around the clock. So telecasting again, you can do that in your career. Then also the other opportunities are there. There are many professional opportunities available in this field. The fourth opportunity in the sport field is referees. Referees are an essential factor of sport matches. Without the referee, the match played it doesn't become interesting. Trained referees are required to pass qualifying examination. So they have to pass examination, they get the certificate, they get the badges, and then they are qualified referees. Qualified referees can work at district, state, national and international levels. So in this way they get the job opportunities. Government and private sector are trying to promote sports. There are scholarships offered to sports persons. As well as you student must be knowing, in the 10th examination, that is SSC examination, those sportsmen who plays at state level, they get 15 mark, and if they play for national level, then 25 marks are given extra to them. So in this way sport persons are they have reserved seats in several job opportunities, and in the government as well as private sector they are being given special what do you say, treatment, and special seats are reserved for them. Then my dear student, do you know Bal J Pandit was the first Indian cricketer to pioneer cricket commentary? So he is the person who was pioneer. People used to listen very eagerly to his broadcast from Akashvani. So his commentary through the radio was very famous. His well studied commentaries were full of information about history of the playground, career history of the player, anecdotes about the game, and established record of the game. His commentaries used to be entertaining because of these historical details. So in this way Mr. Bal J Pandit was famous commentator. Okay, even I do like one of my favorite commentator, that is Navjot Sidhu in cricket. Okay, his commentaries are also very live. His language, Hindi language especially, very polished language he used. He used lot of idioms, phrases. Okay, then dohas and charolas, as well as sher shairi, and therefore to listen to him also by itself gives immense pleasure, and it adds to that sport, so that the game also becomes more interesting to see. In this way, my dear student, we have studied sports and professional opportunities, and we have studied sports and history in the chapter 7th, and we have come to an end to this chapter. Now please read the chapter nicely once again. Read in between the lines what, and so that any question in the SSC examination is asked, you are prepared for that. So you must read the lesson, and please solve the exercises, write the question and answers, and get ready for SSC examination. Till then, all the best. Next time we will study the next lesson. So all the best and have a nice time.